Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Elite Dangerous. So, we have a little bit of a plan for today. We're going to go on a bit of an adventure, but first, we've just managed to secure ourselves quite a lucrative mission. There's a settlement somewhere that needs around about 600 units of Bertrandite. So it's a commodity available in the game. I don't know how much it's going to cost us. But it's worth about 35 million credits to us, so... Oh, our landing. I see. I've been playing a lot of Starfield lately, and actually really enjoying it. But, you know, Starfield has quite a simplified gameplay. I've just realized I don't actually have enough energy in our capacitor to boost, so I'm going to have to fix that before we leave. So the plan for this episode is to complete this mission, and then, well, I've discovered a really interesting resource online called the Elite Dangerous Scenic Route Planner. And so what this means for us is, well, you and I are going to go on a little tourist holiday, and we're going to pick a destination far off in this galaxy, which is not far away. But our destination will be far away, and I've got us a ship outfitted perfectly for some magical, glorious exploration. However, I mean, and that's what we were going to do. Originally, that was supposed to be our mission, but I log in and there's a mission here to go and pick up some Bertrandite for 35 million credits. How can I say no? I can't. So I said yes. Let's do it. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of scenic destinations this route planner will take us to, this tourist route planner thing. But you know, sometimes in life a good mystery, well, just invigorates the spirit, don't you think? Going on an adventure through the galaxy to lands unknown, spaces unknown. We will have the ability to land on planets, drive around, fly around planets, scan places, get some exploration data as we go by. So I've been seriously grinding this game, or actually not over the last few days, but prior to that, I think I'm somewhere in the region now of about 150 million credits with a fully kitted Type 9 Heavy, which we're driving now. Not quite fully kitted, I need to upgrade the power distributor, and a fully kitted out Asp Explorer, which is what we're going to be using to do our exploration. I did buy an Anaconda, and then I realized it actually only gave me a little bit more jump range than the Asp Explorer, which is a fraction of the price, so...
Ready to engage.
So, I would suggest that you make a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and hope. Let us together hope. that we don't get interdicted. I don't know if we have any hard points in this ship. We'll have a look in a second. Actually, let's have a look right now. No, we don't. We don't have any hard points. I tend to fly without them when I'm just doing either exploration or cargo work because, well, I tend to avoid combat, and it's very rare that I'll actually get interdicted or at least pulled out of hyperspace.
Ready to engage.
So I've been having a lot of fun with this game over the last week. I think I did about 20 hours in 3 days. Grinding away through cargo missions, a little bit of combat. Okay, so this next location is our destination. Just get past this star and then activate our FSD. We'll heat up a little bit, but not too much. So we're heading to Ortiz Moreno City in this star system, Tau Ceti. Has the game crashed? It does this sometimes. It freezes in this screen here. It's hard to figure out exactly what's going on. Sometimes you can tell it's just taking that little bit of a fraction too long. Alright, I'll see what's happening here. Okay, no, it just took a little bit longer than usual. So let's take a look at the star system here. We're looking for this one. And we're over here. So this is one of the things that I think maybe some people / game developers overlook about these types of games. This experience here of having to fly into these locations can seem maybe boring or monotonous, as if, you know, it's possibly not the sort of thing that players will want to do. But actually, from my point of view, this needing to do this is one of the things that makes the game so engaging. If you can just fast travel through these experiences, it really diminishes the experience, diminishes the immersion, and, you know, needing to do this puts you in the position of the pilot of a ship, because, you know, you have to go through the ropes. You have to pay very close attention to how your ship is aligning up here, making sure you've got all of your angles right, your timing right. So we're just about to drop out here. Perfect. Alright, so we're flying a little bit closer to this starport, or whatever it's called. And then we will put in our request for docking.
Access granted. Cleared to land at docking bay 10.
Yeah, some of these stations don't offer outfitting services, some of them do. I'm not sure whether this one does. If it does, we'll upgrade our power capacity regulator, or whatever it's called. And that way we'll be able to do some boosting. Can't remember why. I think maybe I was actually partway through outfitting this ship when I left the game. So landing pad 10. Oops. What have I pressed here?
Scan detected.
3,000 meters from touchdown.
Very nice that our landing pad destination there is right below us. Sometimes it gives me a really hard time. So I've played around a lot with different ships over the last week. I bought myself a beluga liner, which is like a passenger ship, kind of a taxi slash transport ship. And it was okay, but I actually didn't really enjoy it very much. The passengers can be very demanding. I'm flying around.
Successful. Commence power down. You are most welcome, Commander.
Flying around in the galaxy, taking people to their destinations where they want to go. Some scientist wants to do some data collection at some remote location. I'm flying around, and I get a message up here in the corner. Excuse me, Commander Astro Monk. Would you mind sourcing some tea bags from somewhere? I'd like to make this flight more comfortable. You're already flying around in a luxury starship. What more can I do anyway? And then within 3 seconds I get another message. Can you source some electrical appliances? I'd like to make this journey more comfortable. And I realised I'm not doing it. I don't want to. And so I think I abandoned the mission, let everybody disappear somehow. And then anyway, let's get back to our outfitting problem here. So I decided to sell the beluga liner, and we need to be looking at our so we've got this set up to have the largest jump range, I think. Maybe not quite. Yeah, okay, so our power plant of a 3D would override us. You can see down here how it's red at the bottom right. If I can show you that. It's red, so it's not happy. So I think all I really want to do for now is just upgrade the power distributor if possible. What have I got in here? A 3D, 3C, 3B. 3B would probably work. I don't quite know how to tell what is and isn't suitable for this, as in, I feel like it's this one. Let's just go with the 3B. We will sell our current module. Now this should mean that we can boost, possibly. And as you can see, all we've actually got outfitted in terms of optional internal components is just, well, maxed out cargo, pretty much all the way. Oh, we do have Super Cruise Assist. Okay, I forgot about that. Alright, oh yeah, so we've got 150 million credits. Let's just have a look what ships they've got for sale here. These are our ships here. I've got our little Sidewinder that we started with, the first ever ship we got in the game. I'll never ever sell that. It's fully kitted as well, fully outfitted. This is what we're going to be taking on our holiday journey. And so I played around with, I had one of these too. These were great. I had this Type 7 before I bought this Type 9. And I also bought recently, that's another one we've got, the Federal Dropship. None of them I've ever had because you've got to have a certain rank to get those. The Orca, no, I played around with this too. This was just fantastic. Honestly, I think I will buy another one of these, possibly this one, maybe even both. I think this one doesn't have the same hard points, but it's faster in a straight line or something. Anyway, these two are fantastic. They were a lot of fun. This is the one that I bought, and I thought I was going to enjoy the transport missions a lot more than I did. In fact, I didn't enjoy them at all. And yeah, so I bought this. I played around with this a fair bit, but I think I don't think I need it just yet. I think our current ship that we've got is going to be perfectly sufficient. The Asp Explorer. Now, we're after this one, some Bertrandite. They have a lot here. We need 549, which actually isn't going to cost us that much. This is going to net us, by the way, 35 million. So, okay, it's going to cost us 10 million. Close to 10 million. What am I looking at here? 549. Alright. Should be good. So I won't make you watch the rest of the journey home, but I do believe I will see you when we get there. Okay, we have arrived at our temporarily home system, and this is where the rest of our ships are parked, and so that is our destination. I realized the other day, and I did mention this, I think I mentioned this in the previous, one of the previous episodes of Elite Dangerous, that I realized monotony can be very engaging when it's done right. As I said, I spent somewhere in the region of 20 hours doing exactly what you're seeing me do here, carting cargo from one location to another in order to sell that cargo for exorbitant profits. And I was very, very satisfied the entire time. It might sound weird. It won't sound weird to you because you're a gamer. Alright, if you're watching this video, if you watch this channel, you're absolutely a gamer. And so you'll understand the grind. The satisfaction of the deep grind that some games demand. And okay, sometimes it's not fun, but for some reason this game, it's probably something to do with the setting and just the incredible immersion of flying a spaceship like this with all of the technical elements of flying a spaceship successfully without crashing it, and the risk of potentially being caught out by pirates. You know, you're just taxiing from one location to the next, doing jump after jump after jump, flying up to space stations like this, docking, requesting for docking, and you know, all this stuff. It just feels cool, man, and it's monotonous as hell, but it's not boring. At least, I guess for some people it probably would be. So it was just, I was reflecting a little bit on some of the experiences I was having in Starfield, and I was just wondering, like, what is it about, why am I finding that particular activity in that game boring, when in this is a way more boring activity, but it just feels so much more rewarding and engaging. And okay, alright, I'm saving up a lot of money to buy a good ship, you know, so that's part of it. But anyway, I'm starting to, let's just say, a new light is beginning to be shone upon Starfield. I've started to mod it, and it's becoming quite enjoyable. Holy moly, this guy's flying right up my butt cheeks. Okay, we're on landing pad 32, which is over here. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so the upgrades didn't help our boost capacity, so we're gonna have to sort that out. In the meantime, we're looking to drop off. Did I buy the right? I hope I bought enough. Let's drop off these items. I did buy enough. Thank goodness. Imagine if I missed one. Had to go back for it. Okay, let's get our money. So we can take a big reputation boost, some articulation motors, and honestly, that value's not terrible, but I don't know whether it's worth the hassle of trying to find an extra 100 grand. It wouldn't give us 100 grand, it would give us about 100 grand. reputation boost, or just take the money. So we are now officially a tycoon. So that's that mission done. We're now allied to this Earth Defense Fleet faction, and our Federation reputation has increased to allied. So this unlocks new missions. There's a lot more to this game as well that I'm just not really getting into. Sorry, not really going into. Let's just have another quick look. This is another element of this game. It's almost like you just get drawn in. You know, you just see, oh, there's one more. This is for 19 million credits, but it's for 2,500 units, which means, you know, we can fit almost 800. So there's multiple trips back and forth there. So I would potentially do that. See, this is another good one for 10 million credits. I don't know how much this would cost us to buy these, but there's some pretty decent missions. 50 million credits. I've got to do it, haven't I? Where's this though? Where? Bennett Gateway is actually where we are. No, it's not far from. It is where we are. Okay, so they need. Okay, so we've got a source. Indite. Let me find out where I can get this from. Okay, I'm going to be accepting this mission because about 21 light years away, there's a place we can get it. See this one here too. This is some serious money these people are offering here for these resources. I think I might just quickly, not that one. Which one was it? 27 million. This is just, you just can't refuse. Okay, bromelite. Let me check where that's available. Okay, it's actually available at exactly the same station that we're going to go to for the other mission. So I am going to spend a little bit of time getting us to the Sinclair relay. So we're going to have to do this obviously in two lots. This is just a massive boost to our... Well, it's not like we really need it, but there are a couple of ships, which I might show you here. Don't know if I showed you this before, but this station is fantastic too because, well, there's 25 ships available here, which is rare. More often than not, you can only find some of the ships available at each place. So one of these ships here is in the region of 200 million. Be right at the end here somewhere. Imperial Cutter. Now we're not... Oh, do you not have to have a certain rank? See this symbol here, Federal Navy rank. I thought you needed a certain rank to get this ship too. So after this mission, we might be close to even having enough money. We probably already would actually if we sold our other ships. But anyway, we'll get this mission done and then we will spend the rest of the time doing the, or beginning our Elite Exploration series, or our Elite Holiday, or whatever I've decided to call this episode. So we're looking for the Sinclair relay in Luton 67415, and it's, as you can see, it's not even far. It's 4 jumps away, which is pretty legendary, but I am going to have to do this twice. We're going to have to go there, stock up, come back, and then do that trip one more time. So a total of 16 jumps, which is really nothing actually, as you'll see a little bit later when we start choosing, or when we choose our destination for our tourism holiday. It's going to be thousands of light years away, somewhere in the region of hundreds of jumps. Oh, I didn't actually fix up my ship, did I? Oh, I'm going a bit quick here. Ooh. Okay, not too bad. Didn't take any damage. Alright guys, so here's what I'll do. I will do this jump, I will do this mission, I'll get us to the starport. And yeah, so basically I'll just cut out the middle of the journey unless something interesting happens. Alright, I will see you very soon. Alright, so we're coming up on our destination here. This is always a really fun part. Trying to line everything up nicely here. Oops, I've overshot the mark. Big time. Okay, this is the legendary loop of shame, they call that. Got a bit carried away there. Anyway, let's get back on track. Believe it or not, and I actually wanted to demonstrate something pretty cool there. In my 20 or so hours of recent gameplay, I've figured out quite a perfect system of approaching these locations. Unfortunately, I screwed it up then, but I will show you. Alright, and I'll try to explain what I'm doing in the next, well, the next time I can show it off. Alrighty, here we go. So it's just a very patient, chilled experience, isn't it? Most of the time it's chilled. Obviously, unless you get yourself involved in some combat.
Alpha Sierra Tango. We are happy to have you, Commander.
Look at this station.
Are at your disposal.
It's a really cool looking one. Also, another really cool thing you can do. So you can play this game in VR, which gives you an incredible sense of scale. Let me, you know, you can see this thing here, right, floating in space. A lot of you will know this if you've played this game before. But when you get up close to these objects, obviously you can fly up alongside them. And it just gives you an incredible sense of the scale, the size. And I'm doing this in a Type 9 Heavy, which is probably not completely recommended. This could go very badly, but oh dear, oh dear. Okay, this is scary. This is quite scary. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is potentially very dangerous. However, as you can see, some of these objects here are just incredible. Absolutely massive. Like when you're flying up to this thing, you know, you don't realize just how... Oh god, I'm gonna get smashed, aren't I? Am I gonna get smashed here? Let's try and float up a little bit faster than this thing is moving. Alright, let's get out of the way. I almost made it. Okay, let's get out of here. I think this thing's about to whack me. Okay, that was lucky. We managed to survive that somehow.
Access authorized.
Obviously, a lot of the other ships are, well, much more agile. Alright, so allow me to dock. Alright guys, here we go. Coming up on our
Attention, Commander.
destination.
To reduce your speed.
Oh, well, honestly, mate, I'm not even anywhere near the entrance yet. Relax. Okay, I'll reduce a little bit. Okay, here we go. So we're technically speeding if we go over 100 speed, whatever the speed is, miles per hour, kilometers per hour. Meters per second, I have no idea. Oh, don't you just love that? Caught me on my right wing. Catches me off guard sometimes. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, our hull's at 56%. We took some serious damage, didn't we?
Commander, you're all clear.
Is it really? I'm gonna bash it again, am I? No, okay, we're alright. Okay, we're at landing pad 32. Doesn't look like there's many people around here this time. Here we go. Okay, let's head inside and see if we can do anything about this power.
Perform landing check.
Actually, let's get our gear first.
Commander.
So, should have a little symbol here. So 200. We need... Oh, 1004. Okay, so we can't actually take... Let's take the other one for now. Oh, do they not have it here? Yeah, wasn't it this one? Oh, wow, I've forgotten what my missions are. Let me... Bromelite. Okay, it actually looks like they don't have it here. So my source was not correct. Unless I'm missing it? No, so... Yeah, alright, so I'm going to have to look this up again. Well, let's get this one then, I guess, since we're here. And we'll find out... It's going to cost us a fair amount, but, you know, we're in the region of earning 50 odd thousand on this one.
At maximum capacity.
Okay, so... I need to find out... Let's get this ship repaired. Geez, 33,000 credits. Alright, let me find out where we need to be heading. And once again, I forgot to see if we could outfit our ship more efficiently. Now, we might have a little bit of a problem here because my the resource that I'm using to find these commodities doesn't seem to want to let me know where I can find bromite, or whatever it was, bromelite, near us, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that one. Alright, so here we are, back in our system. It turns out this bromelite might be extremely rare and extremely... Okay, where are we here? Extremely expensive, so there's a very good chance I may have to abandon this mission. I thought, I mean, there is somewhere that sells it for around 30,000 credits per item, but they only have 7 available. Apparently, it's quite rare. Okay, I'm losing myself here because I'm not looking where I'm supposed to be looking. Okay. So yeah, so we might end up just abandoning that part of the mission and we'll just fulfill this first part because really, you know, we want to be getting to the exploration, don't we? So I'll tell you what, actually, once I've deposited this load here, I will do the next part off camera. You can see me fulfill the mission and then we will choose our destination and find out exactly where we're going to be going on holiday together, you and I. Soaring through the galaxy in peace and quiet, away from all of these crazy people flying their spaceships all over the place, bumping into each other, stealing from each other, losing their minds. Okay, so we've actually pulled up on this space station pretty much front on, which will make, okay, maybe not quite. Okay, you got to remind me this time. You need to remind me to check for outfitting. Alright, so let's get docked in this location. These places are incredible, aren't they? Actually, I really want to show you this. Let me just take a very quick detour here. Alright, I'll zoom in on this. I didn't realize this for the longest time, but you saw how tiny this thing looked. as we were flying towards it. If you look down here, these seem to be... This seems to be like civilization. Look, these are cities. You see them over there? I'm going to try not to crash here, which I probably will, but I'll try not to. I'm going to, aren't I? Yeah. Anyway, I almost didn't, so that's good enough. But, look at these buildings. There's factories there. Looks like there's houses, there's roads, there's farms. Incredible, right? A vision of the future, or the present, depending on what you think about extraterrestrials. Anyway, do you see that thing about the Mexican government? We don't quite know if that's legit yet, do we? Anyway, let's get back on track with the gameplay here, shall we? Going off track all over the place. But what I wanted to say was, look at the scale. Like, you fly up to these things that are just here floating in space. They look tiny. But then you get up close to them and you realise there's a whole civilization living on this space station out here in the middle of space. Isn't it incredible? And fun? It really is. Holy moly. This Type 9 Heavy is bloody heavy, let me tell you that. Oh, we done alright there, didn't we? That was lucky. That could have been a lot worse. Landing pad 24, once again, is pretty close to the entrance. Holy moly. Somebody's bumping into me. Excuse me. I'm flying here. Okay, I've lost track of my landing pad. Where is it? It's here somewhere. This one? No. There it is. Cheeky, weren't they? Bumping into me like that. Every element of this is just so engaging. Costing me a fortune to repair my ship, this. Anyway, let's drop off the first batch of this. We're not doing this one, but we'll do this big one anyway. Let's drop off, well, almost all of them. Shame we couldn't get that last few, so we've got to go and do that again. Total units delivered. I do want to actually cancel this mission, which I think I do over here. Abandon. It's a shame because that is going to affect our reputation here. Yeah, so you are now only regarded as friendly. We were already friendly, weren't we? I don't know, I can't remember now. But anyway, doesn't really matter. I'm sure it's not a massive thing. We were considered an ally, and then we were considered friendly. Anyway, when we complete this other mission, shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, so, okay, I think we're having a bit of a problem with the servers here. Alright, so we are just about to jump to our final stop, although it's not our final stop, it's our preliminary stop, I don't know, the stop before the final stop, where we will get the last of our gear to drop off and sell. And I want to try and show you this time. This is if you play Elite Dangerous. If you haven't played a lot of Elite Dangerous, I only just learned this recently. And I remembered that I learned this technique a long time ago and actually forgot about it. And if you're a veteran of Elite Dangerous, you probably already know this. But this is how you land at a star port, so a station, where we're about to go to now smoothly. Alright, so we've got max throttle here, and we're going to line ourselves up with our target destination, which is 163 light years away, so just far enough for me to be able to demonstrate this without embarrassing myself. Alright, so we're going to line this target up here with the top of our ship, so basically halfway between our crosshair. As we hit to 7 seconds away, we hit 75% on the throttle, whatever you've got that bound to, and we're just going to keep the target halfway between the crosshair and the top of the screen, as you can see there. Alright, as you can see, it kind of hovers around about 6 seconds away, and we're just going to hold this position, just keep it in that spot, keeping an eye down here at the bottom left. The distance and speed gauge is dropping, getting ready to hit J, or if you've got it bound to another key, to drop out of Super Cruise. So we're just keeping it, this ship's perfect because you just keep it lined up with that bar that's going across the top of the screen there. And as you'll see, now you can get a bit cheeky with this if you want to, and if you want to line up, this might not quite work, but if you want to line up more perfectly with the entrance, yeah, I've kind of hit this a little bit late here, but you can rotate your ship a bit to try to line up more in alignment with the entrance to the station. Anyway, as you can see there, I'll go a little bit further past it. Here we go. Okay, we'll drop out from here. If you work at that, there we go, see, so we've lined up perfectly here with pretty much perfectly with the entrance to the starport, or whatever it's called, station. We now have our boost capability. I hope I explained that well. I felt like I was a little bit rushed there, but I'll explain it again on the next dock that we stop at, which will be our home station, where we stop and drop off this ship and pick up our Asp Explorer, ready to head out into the wide... Where am I going right now? Into the wide and wonderful world. I've totally overshot that. The wide and wonderful world of Elite Dangerous. Alright, here we go. Yeah, these Type 9s really do have a bit of momentum behind them.
Heading is A-OK, Commander. You're all clear.
Okay, landing pad 40. Right in front of us here. Landing pad deployed. Landing gear deployed. Let's see if we can nail this in one hit. Perfect. See what I mean? Like, alright, you've got these really
Docking complete. Perform landing checklist.
expansive RPGs with quests and characters and all sorts going on. But just having or needing to align your ship through a letterbox, coming in, deploying your landing gear at the right time, making sure you're at the right speed, at the right height, velocity, which is speed, isn't it? All of those elements can be, is a game in and of itself. So that can be engaging enough to really draw you in as a player. Now, what are we here for? This one? Indite. Okay, we need 200, is it? 216 units. That's way too many. 216 units. This will complete our mission. Or when we drop it off, it will complete our mission. There's probably some other things I could look up here to take with us. Actually, let me do that. So apparently we want to be looking for water purifiers. We can make a decent, kind of a decent little bit of profit on this. Might make about 1 million credits on this one. It's not much, but it's not nothing. So I think we're okay for fuel. Let's we're We don't need to repair. We've got our ship fully kitted this time. Let's just launch. We'll get out of here. We'll head back and we will finally be ready to begin our exploration of the galaxy. You stick with me through this bit. This is one of the more kind of entertaining parts of the gameplay. You know, potentially crashing and exploding into a million pieces. And I do occasionally, you know, very, very cheekily fly out of these locations, which you're not supposed to do. It's very dangerous. But, you know, sometimes you get away with it. Alright, I will see you at our destination. So, as I explained, we don't have any hard points, as in weapons. That means weapons on this ship. We don't have a shield on this ship. What that should potentially reveal to you is that I am very confident, perhaps overconfident, in my ability to avoid pirates. So something called an interdiction, which is essentially, well, it's a way of pulling another ship out of supercruise. So that what you just saw there, this is obviously for the people who don't know the game very well. What we're about to do here is jump into supercruise. So we're going to travel at light speed. I guess way beyond light speed, actually. And you can be pulled out of this by a pirate or somebody who just wants to steal your stuff. Now, we have no way of defending ourselves if that happens. And I have found it is most common that these occurrences happen now. So when we've got a cargo full of gear, which is worth a lot of money, the chances of us being pulled out of supercruise, for some, it's just like that's when the game registers that you are a valuable target. And so, you know, pirates tend to like you. So there is a chance that we get pulled out here. However, I'm pretty confident. I think out of maybe 10 attempts, 10 or so attempts, I've only actually been pulled out of hyperspace, supercruise once. Or hyperspace, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. This. But yeah, it does happen. Okay, so we've got one more jump ahead of us. It very often is the final jump too, so just stick around because, you know, you never know what might happen. And that's another element of the gameplay, where you might think, you know, you're just sitting here jumping from point to point, but in the back of your head you always know this ship would cost me about 5 to 6 million to renew in insurance. If it blows up, we've got to pay about 6 million to get it back. So actually it looks like we've been okay here. Alright, so we're very, very close to our location where we're headed here. So we're just going to be cruising up on this station, Bennett Gateway. We're going to align ourselves once again with the top of the ship, full speed. And when this counter here that's at 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, when it hits 7 or 6 seconds, I'm going to hit my left alt key, which is bound to 75% speed, and you'll see exactly what it does here. So we're coming up on it when you hear that sound effect. Here we go. 2 and now. Okay, so now we just keep the gateway target at the top of the screen. People do this with Super Cruise Assist, and you can do it with Super Cruise Assist too, or you can just do it manually if you don't want that module in your ship. And this should work out pretty nicely to have us facing front on. You just got to keep it aligned. Again, it's halfway between the crosshair and the top of the screen. And then as soon as you get the indication to hit J to drop out of Super Cruise, then yeah, you just hit it. There we go. Not too hard. Perfect. Not really perfect. I do consider it to be more perfect when we're totally aligned with the ship to just fly straight forward. Whereas here we've got to... What is that noise? What is that noise? Oh, that was another ship flying in. Interesting. He's gone. It looks like he might have been following us, that guy. He arrived here and just took off again. Okay. So let's request docking and we will hand in our cargo. The lesser numbers, the smaller numbers seem to give me the most trouble, you know. Like landing pad 9 is probably very, very close to the entrance. And I often find it hard to find them in time. And end up flapping around like a fish literally out of water. Anyway, let's see how we go here.
Speed restrictions are currently in place. Please comply.
Oh god, this guy's gonna get in our way. Come on now, man. Now is not the time to be messing around. I'm trying to show off to my viewers. Oh, here he is. He's on our... Okay, he's alright, he's alright. Where are we? Okay, we're right down here.
Make way for oncoming traffic. Restrict your speed.
Okay, we did okay this time. Not too bad at all. Alright, happy with that. Happy enough. Okay. So. Oops. Bloody passengers, I don't want anything to do with them, thank you very much. So annoying, I didn't realise they were going to be so annoying. Alright, let's hand in the final... whatever it is, 200 and odd credits, cargo. Spot on, give me my money. 50 mil, that's actually the biggest reward I've ever had in this. I'm almost thinking to take the influence, you know, I'm gonna do it. I don't know how much of a boost that's gonna give us. But Earth Defense Fleet influence, great. I don't know, I think we were somewhere like here. So that's good. That is going to open up further missions for us. So we've just got another promotion to Tycoon. Maybe we lost that, now we've got it back. Fancy. So that's now officially our logo. Very cool indeed. And reputation increase. That's fine. Get that deleted. Yeah, we got this polite request mission come in, and we've got an invitation from the Dweller, who's an engineer. I haven't been to see this Dweller engineer yet. Maybe we'll get around to that at some point. However, before we leave, and I'm not going to do any more missions, but I just want to see what is available. Because, you know, sometimes, well, as we saw before, just checking in on that one. Oh my goodness me, they're doing it again, aren't they? 50 million credits. Okay, so, I mean, there's 40... Bromelite, I'm not going anywhere near that one. What's this one? Tritium. Well, I might look that up before I accept the mission. I just don't know how to say no to these things. So, the plan for this episode was originally to just do one cargo run. and then these missions are all off limits because of their, well, our ship's too big for this one, and reputation requirements have not been met for this. I wanted to do one cargo run and then get us set up ready for our exploration. Now we are there. We are at that point. We are ready to explore. Which means in the next episode, unfortunately we've reached the end of this episode. I'm probably going to do one more cargo mission in the meantime, because I just can't say no to... Oh wait, we had some more, I was going to say, why isn't our... We had some more things, didn't we? Let's get on the commodities market. So this is how you do it outside of the missions. This is how I've been earning all my money anyway. We won't get too much for this. Sell them all. Okay, we got $500,000 profit. It's not bad. It's better than nothing. It pays for our fuel. So, yeah, so obviously you would find low, something that's selling low and has a high demand somewhere else, and then just cart it over. However, these $50 million credit missions, 50 million credit missions, are pretty next level from my experience. The highest mission I got so far before this was 25, so half of this, or maybe like 30, 28 million or something. But this is just too good to refuse. However, I do need to know where I can find this. So anyway, what I'm getting at is I won't do any more of these missions on camera. I will do one more myself now before I go to bed. We are now officially ready for our Elite Exploration series to kick in. From now on, for a little while, the following episodes will be our journey through the galaxy, exploring whatever this resource here is. Can I show you this, kind of? Alright, anyway, so this is my internet, obviously. Over here somewhere, there is a website that I can go on called this here. Can you see that? Elite Scenic Route Finder. Scenic Route Finder. Can I zoom in on that a little bit? No, doesn't really work. Kind of does. Here you go. So I can put in our destination here, the jump range of our ship, where we want to go to, and how many acceptable extra jumps. I mean, I guess that's like a slight deviation if you want to. And search for places of interest to visit. So this is going to give us, it's a really, really cool tool. There are loads and loads of tools like this available online for Elite Dangerous. These are the ones that basically everyone uses for their trading, to find out what commodities are wanted where, to make the best profit in their region of space. So anyway, I discovered this one a few days ago, and I'm very, very interested to test it out. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having a little adventure. I don't know how far we're going to jump, but we might pick an interesting, let me just see here. We might find an interesting looking area of space. Obviously we're here well within the bubble, what they call the bubble of populated space. And as you can, I think that's this, what this denotes here, maybe. I could be wrong. But anyway, it's certainly this area is the bubble, the most populated area of space. Obviously, there is the monstrous, mega potential. Just listen. This is what I love. Just listen. This is where you would be. Out in your own spaceship. In the middle of space. You got your headphones on, you just close your eyes and you know millimeters on the outside of the hull of your ship probably would be the gentle hum and whirring of the electronic equipment inside. It's the infinite void, just millimeters away. So what I was getting at is there is the monstrously magnificent potential objective of heading to Sagittarius A, which is, well, the black hole at the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way Galaxy. As you can see here, this place is unbelievably dense with, well, things to see, places to go. And from what I believe, there is a population, kind of a central galaxy population of, settlements in that area because people have moved there, they've travelled there. It's kind of like the ultimate goal in Elite Dangerous, aside from, you know, earning enough money to buy all the ships you want. The really, truly legendary status goal is fly to the center of the galaxy. Guys, I'm just saying it out loud. I think we're going to have to do it. How can we not? I've done basically everything I wanted to do in the game. I've got more money than I've ever had before. This is the most money I've ever had in the game. I started it once, and then I decided I wanted to start it. I think I had somewhere like 20 million, and I decided I wanted to start again in my little Sidewinder. I think I missed it, so I deleted my profile, started again, and that's this profile, Commander Astro Monk. So I've got, if I sold all my ships now, I've got somewhere in the region of 350 million after this mission as well. 400 million credits. It's more than enough to buy the best ship in the game. Probably not fully outfit it, but that's something we can work on. As we travel through the galaxy, you can collect data on these systems, and then when you get home, you sell it for hundreds of millions of credits anyway. I think we're going to have to do it, guys. I'm going to have to get my ship outfitted for a journey to Sagittarius A. It's 25, basically 26,000 light years away. Supermassive black hole. Has no economy. Oh, we're going to have to do it, aren't we? It's got no government. Oh, it just sounds like heaven, doesn't it? There's no state. There's no allegiance. It doesn't care what you're doing. It doesn't care what you think. It's just there. It's really literally there too. Like, we're talking about something that's real, you know? Are we going? What do you think? Are we going? We gotta go, don't we? How can we not? I'm gonna bookmark this. Somehow. Here. Add to bookmarks. Sagittarius A. Oops. I probably spelled this wrong, but Sagittarius A. K.A. The goal. Get it? AKA the goal. Alright, we're doing it. I've just decided. I know you're on board. If you like this game, you're on board. It'll be a very long journey, and obviously I won't film the whole thing, but, you know, using this route planner here, it's going to give us some interesting sights along the way, so we'll set off on our grand adventure in the next episode. Elite Adventure, Elite Exploration. What's this little dot down here? Is that a different, that's a different world. That's a DLC, isn't it? Over there. I can't speak. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Alright, guys. I'm very excited because we're going to be flying to the center of the galaxy. Look at these places. Obviously, we're not going to be going this way, but there are some interesting things over here as well, but no doubt on the way in there, yeah, look, there's plenty of nebulae, nebulum, the Omega Nebula. Anyway, I better go, right, because I've been talking a lot, haven't I? Look, this is the only place I've ever explored in the game. I think I tried, maybe I set off once to go to like Barnard's Loop here, and I thought that was long enough. Anyway, I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting our ship fully, making sure it's fully outfitted, because we don't want to be making any mistakes once we're on the journey. There's no turning back. And I think once you get out there that you're pretty safe, so you don't really get pirates, you don't really get, you know, as long as you fly your ship smart and don't crash it into some planet as you're trying to descend down to the surface of some planet somewhere. Which I think still a lot of these planets over here are still landable, like you can still land on them. I don't think that's just restricted to the bubble. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the planets over here you can still land on and explore. Anyway, I hope you're looking forward to it, because I am too. I won't film the whole thing, but you know, this route planner here will give us some interesting footage ideas to film along the way. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I really do appreciate your time, your support, your love, your energy, your inquiry, your investigation, and your, well, just you in general. All right, thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for commenting, all the people who are reaching out, making connections. I'm very grateful, and I do hope I will see you in the next episode where we begin our grand adventure towards the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye for now.